Good morning, everyone. Boy, that opening video sure brings back memories. I can remember those enormous PCs and high-res monitors on which I would actually search for the term training. That was a while ago. Well, welcome to Empower 2015. It's wonderful to see so many of you at this exciting event. There must be 2,500 of us here today. This is the largest and most information-packed event in our history and in the industry today. On behalf of the entire company, thank you for coming. This conference, thank you. This conference keeps getting bigger and better. We grew a lot this year, adding new staff, new users, new resellers, and new products. We have some truly interesting things to show and do over the next 3 days. But first, before we get started, I would like to pay tribute to an amazing woman without whom we wouldn't be here today, nor have the terrific products that make our lives easier, more productive, and truly innovate the way we work. That woman is Wacker, my wife, and this company's founder, who passed away 4 months ago after a valiant battle with cancer. I would just like to say that Niling was wonderful, a truly remarkable humanitarian. She was genuinely interested in the success of everyone, and she would always take the time to listen and talk with anyone who had an issue or was needing her help. I know that many of you have had the opportunity to work closely with her over the years and got to appreciate her sincerity and genius. She was first a physicist, second a programmer, and always a problem solver. She inspired our engineering team to be creative in software development. Her approach was holistic. Throughout our 28-year history, all of our 9 numbered releases have had distinctive architectural designs and major feature enhancements. She encouraged everyone to go after bugs with a vengeance and attack them at the heart rather than just apply a patch and move on. She demanded a familiar, easy-to-use interface with a bulletproof, robust back end. She believed in her heart that with efficient and performance software, people work smarter, benefiting not just themselves, but also those that they serve. Niling always said that she wanted to make software that people love to use. And the presence of all of us here today is proof that she did just that. The proof is also in the many thousands of organizations and enterprises, public and private, US and worldwide, running smarter on software that they love to use. I'd like to tell you now about one of those organizations and how its use of Laserfiche is producing success measured not just in its own operations, but also in the lives of the people that they serve. The Long Beach Police Department uses Laserfiche as its central content management system. It replaced an average ECM system with Laserfiche about 5 or 6 years ago through a Cash for Clunkers promotion that we ran at the time. In their Laserfiche system, the Long Beach PD maintains records on all Long Beach gang members. The records include detailed information on members' affiliations, images of their physical characteristics, such as mugshots and tattoos, metadata of outstanding warrants, arrest records, familial ties, known addresses, ages, and much more. All in the same familiar browser screens that you see on your systems. The officers have this information accessible in their patrol cars as well, where it is just as familiar and easy to use. Notwithstanding the fact that the previous system just plain didn't work, it didn't approach anywhere near this level of functionality. With the previous system, if a police officer saw a gang member, he would have to telephone a dispatcher who would then call Central Files to search for information on the individual. The process could take more than an hour, by which time the subject under observation was usually gone. Now with Laserfiche, the officers have detailed information on such individuals at their fingertips right in their patrol cars. They are armed with intelligence and information, which is far more effective than weapons or force when fighting today's increasingly sophisticated network of street gangs. The department also has another potent tool in its gang suppression strategy. They've gotten from the courts civil injunctions against known gang members. The injunctions specify that named individuals can't be present in designated regions of the city during specified hours, among other restrictions. Injunctions are a powerful tool in stopping gangs. Many of the country's gang-troubled cities use them, but none with nearly the success that Long Beach enjoys, largely because of the timely access to relevant and accurate information that Laserfiche provides to officers on patrol. That's according to the police officer who runs the program, Detective Chris Zamora, who has been demonstrating at law enforcement conferences around the country how the Long Beach gang suppression program works. When a Long Beach patrol officer observes someone whom he believes is a gang member in a place at which he is not allowed by the injunction, he makes a positive identification in Laserfiche in the patrol car and makes the arrest, all in a fraction of the time it once took just to identify the individual. The arrest is ironclad in court, and the gang member invariably goes away for 90 days, instead of remaining on the streets to go about his business. Contrast that efficiency and effectiveness with a recent episode of a television police docudrama series called Boston's Finest. In this episode, there were 3 Crown Victorias full of highly trained and equipped gang police officers who arrived at an apartment building where they suspected a known and particularly dangerous gang member was hanging out. They smashed down the door of one of the units, and 12 of them rushed in, only to discover that the suspect wasn't there. That single effort must have cost the city of Boston tens of thousands of dollars, and it came up dry. Long Beach, on the other hand, has seen gang activity arrests increase 600% with a near 100% conviction rate. Gang murder has decreased 30%, and overall crime has remained at 40-year lows since Laserfiche was installed. During the same time, the number of officers on the department's roster has dropped to a 10-year low. These numbers all add up to enormous financial benefits from bringing Laserfiche into the city's gang suppression efforts. But it's the improvement to the community life in Long Beach that is perhaps even more rewarding. The gang element of the criminal population commits the most heinous crimes, including drug trafficking, assault, murder, and so on. They make a community unfit to live in. Thanks to Laserfiche, formerly gang-infested neighborhoods in Long Beach have been reclaimed by families with children. When the gangs are gone, community life returns to normal, and the police department is able to devote more of its resources to quality of life issues. I'd like to add that Long Beach Police Chief Jim McDonald, under whose watch this whole program was put in place, was just elected Sheriff of Los Angeles County, the largest law enforcement agency in the country. The city itself was also recognized as a top 10 digital city by the Center for Digital Government. Last summer, after a sailboat race, I was talking with Detective Zamora, who sails on our team, about the Long Beach gang suppression effort. Chris often has to appear in court to testify against gang members who are being prosecuted. He told me about a case in which an individual being prosecuted cried out in court, "You guys are making it too tough to be a gang member." As incredible as this may sound to others, this fellow thought he was just performing his role in society. I think this was Ni Ling's unconscious effort to put everyone on the straight and narrow path. Even this guy. This is Ni Ling's legacy. Designing software that benefits not only our customers, but also our customers' customers. It certainly benefited him. Long Beach is but one example of the profound impact that Ni Ling has had upon the millions of lives that she's touched. I could speak more about the legacy that Ni Ling leaves us, but we've prepared these 3 days of instructions and presentations that'll do the job much more effectively. You'll get opportunities to hear some very interesting accounts of how Laserfiche is helping everyday people in extraordinary ways, much like what's happening in Long Beach. As you experience the events and activities of this conference, I ask you to keep a sharp eye out for Ni Ling's indelible imprint. It can be found everywhere and anywhere that things work simply and elegantly. Like Ni Ling, Laserfiche is accomplished, confident, and enduring. I know she would be gratified to see everyone here today. So, speaking for her and the entire team, thank you again for being here and being part of the Laserfiche community. We are all Ni Ling's legacy. Thank you. Let's